Whoa, what a day at the Olympics. Welcome to Pass the Baton. This is your 9-minute Olympics recap with me, a very excited Arj Thiruchelvam, because the Olympics were phenomenal, weren't they? Don't miss out on a day's worth of action though. If you do, you need to hit subscribe right now because we will bring you the highlights every single day from the Olympics. And first up, we have our controversy. It was GB's Ritter in the clay pigeon shooting. She won silver, but the event was full of controversy with one of her hits actually missed. Nevertheless, she was pretty pleased with her overall result. In the athletics, we saw the high jump, and the high jump is storming at the moment, women's high jump, and there are high hopes for lots of drama in the event, which recently saw a world record. It still produced a great height of 2 meters and 2 centimeters, but we've become really spoilt, to be honest, with 2 meters being achieved so regularly. Gold went to Mahuchickeh of Ukraine, silver to Ollie Slagers of Australia, and a joint bronze medal went to Gerashenko from Ukraine and Patterson from Australia. So, meaning that Ukraine and Australia really dominated that final. We also had a teaser of the men's 100 meters with both Kerr and Jakob Ingebrigtsen lining up for a very tactical affair. It was quite odd, actually, speed increasing and decreasing, but it just meant that the pressure builds for the final with both men qualifying quite easily in the end. There was also a dominating performance from Keely Hodgkinson to progress to the final of the 800 meters. She looked easy running a 1:56, and I think we might see a world record there if she really pushes. Gemma Reekie and Phoebe Gill, both who are medal contenders, unfortunately didn't progress to the finals. They were in some really quick heats, and on any other day they would have been in that 800-meter final. Other names to look out for coming up are actually going to be Femke Bol and Sydney McLaughlin-Lavone in the 400-meter hurdles, and Grant Holloway and Hansel Parchment in the 110 meters men's hurdles. Definitely ones to look out for because athletics is obviously really starting to get going at the moment. Anyway, back to the current day, and we saw in the shot put Crouser of America. He was the first person to get gold. Perform a gold three-peat. That's a fancy way of saying it. USA are really dominating the shot put still, but other nations are starting to close in. But you know what you're here for, really. It was all about the men's 100-meter final. And after a delayed start, it was quite a few minutes delayed, which was duly unfair on the athletes, in my opinion. It was one of the most unpredictable 100 meters of all time. Arguably, every single athlete on that starting line had a good chance of a medal. And I know that sounds ridiculous because they're all there, but you know what I'm saying, don't you? Kishane Thompson, Oblique Seville, they both looked the fastest, but then suddenly Marcel Jacobs out of nowhere looked like he was on form. And obviously, you can't rule out Noah Lyles. But then we also had Akani Simbini. He's produced again and again. Fred Curley, threatening always. Tobogo, he's the fastest man in Africa. There were just so many athletes who could medal here. But after a typical slower start from Noah Lyles, and he ran very, very, very typically for him, it produced a very, very quick first to 8th, actually, with both Tobogo and Akani Simbini getting national records. Noah Lyles himself got a PB, and Noah Lyles snatched victory by 0.005 seconds. Kishane Thompson looked like he lost it just because he tightened up, meaning he couldn't get his lean right at the end. This was an incredibly close race, and when I mean incredibly close, it's the closest ever between first and second in history. And it was the closest ever final with only 0.12 seconds between first place and last place. I mean, every single runner going under 10 seconds for the first time is wow, but all of those other facts, incredible. And Noah Lyles really took advantage of Kishane Thompson starting to tighten up. Anyway, we move over to gymnastics, and Africa secured its first ever medal with Algeria's Neymour in the uneven bars. And yesterday's name, or the day before, Carlos Yulo struck gold again with the vaulting title. Over in the swimming pool, what better way to finish in what was deemed a slow pool than with a world record? That's right. In the women's 4x100 meter medley relay, we saw a world record with the final leg from Tori Husk smashing the previous world record of Australia by 3/4 of a second. a huge world record, a great Olympic Games in the pool. Away from the pool, though, and into the ring, boxing saw Cindy Ngamba to make history and become the first refugee to secure an Olympic medal by defeating the French hopeful Davina Michel in the 75 kilo category. She's progressing to the semi-finals, but she has already secured that medal. She said afterwards, "I want to tell the refugees around the world, keep on working hard, keep on pushing yourself, and you can accomplish anything." What fantastic words to inspire millions of people around the world. Ngamba is sent to fight Panama's Athena Bailon on Thursday for a place in the gold medal match. Lots has been happening in the boxing. Britain having one of their worst performances in the boxing, it seems. 1 out of 6, I think, progressing past the first round. Anyway, tennis on that court saw Djokovic playing a strong and calculated match against Alcaraz. The gold he sought so desperately. He has 24 Grand Slams, but he was missing the Olympic title. But a strong victory over Carlos Alcaraz, who had beaten him only 3 weeks ago in straight sets, meant everything to him very quickly. He actually broke down in tears. They were collectively, as well, the oldest and youngest players in Olympic history to reach the men's gold medal match. Fantastic. Absolutely incredible. Odd moment of the day. Almost caught you out then. We've seen loads and loads of moments where Snoop Dogg has been wearing special t-shirts and outfits and going to different events. But did you know about Team USA's basketball player, Anthony Edwards? Not only is he an incredible player, but he has been all over these games. He began by taking selfies with all of the different athletes at the opening ceremony, and has since been taking a tour of the different events. Why not? You're at the Olympic Games. He's been challenging the table tennis team to a match. He's been cheering on different teams. He's been going to different practice sessions. He was joined at a practice session. He was then invited by Phoebe Bacon, who said, let's do a 50-meter freestyle race, and then decided to predict that he'll do a windmill dunk against Puerto Rico. I don't know about you, but that's pretty extravagant, and he obviously did deliver. And then the last thing I heard was that he experienced Freed From Desire by Gala in a nightclub. So he's having a pretty good time. Anyway, it was an amazing day worth of coverage, and it's just getting going on the track and field. Here's what's coming up for you. So competition begins for day 10 in sports such as artistic swimming, track cycling, sport climbing, wrestling. We also have the badminton and basketball 3x3 and canoe slalom, artistic gymnastics, shooting, and then triathlon is going to be closing or coming to an end as well. There's obviously been all that controversy at the start of the games for the triathlon as well. There's going to be 20 medal events up for grabs, one of being the men's pole vault final, which will always be a high-pressure event because there's so many variables to account for. But Mondu Duplantis is going to be featuring. He is the greatest vaulter of all time. If you haven't watched him compete, go find some stuff on YouTube now. He's going to be going for gold, and there's always excitement about this man because he has broken the world record 8 times. He's currently also jumped 24 centimetres higher than second place. So it really is going to be a battle between him and the bar, but you never know in the Olympics, do you? We'll also see the surfing finals and the first ever medals for the new kayak cross event. Have you seen that? It's crazy. Plus, Sifan Hassan will be featuring in the first of her Mammoth Games program in the women's 5,000 metre final. Excited to see this. It is really ramping up here, and actually being able to cover everything is becoming really challenging. But I will keep delivering every single day of these Olympics. Don't forget to hit subscribe down here, over here. Tell all your friends, drop us a comment. But that 100 metres, wow, finishing in 9:79. What was it? 0.0005 seconds, 5,000ths of a second between first and second, and only 12 tenths between first and eighth. What a magical 100 metres race. I'm excited for tomorrow. For now, bye-bye.